Good afternoon. My name is Fred Birnbaum. I'm the Vice President of the Idaho Freedom Foundation. Excuse me. And I'm here to speak in favor of House Bill 67. And I think I can actually address some of the earlier questions. They just happen to be in my testimony. Let me speak for those who can't be here today. A woman named Semele cuts my hair. That's taking less and less time these days, so we have more time to talk. She has 2 jobs. She's self-employed. She can't afford the health insurance she's legally required to buy, so she pays a $600 fine every year. Who's speaking for those who are self-employed like Semele or run small businesses? And I think this tax cut proposal addresses that. It may not be perfect, but it's a step in the right direction. It lowers both personal and corporate rates. It's broad-based. It cuts top and bottom taxes. Now, you've been told that Idaho is undertaxed using both Tax Commission and Tax Foundation data. I am here to dispute those assertions using the same data from the Tax Foundation. When you merely look at tax collections per capita, yes, Idaho's low. But when you look at state and local tax burdens per capita as a percentage of income, Idaho's 26th. So the lower the number on the scale means you're taking less. So we're mid-pack. In our region, Nevada's 43, that's lower. Oregon's at 10, that's higher. Washington 28, Wyoming 48, Utah 21, Montana 38. We're only better than Oregon. Now, that sort of sounds contradictory to what you might have thought or heard. Here's why. Per capita burden. Let's use Wyoming as an example. Their state and local tax collections for fiscal year 2014 were $5,943 versus $32.35 for Idaho. So they're number 7 in collections, we're 47. But Wyoming's tax is effectively paid by out-of-state consumers of coal. They have a severance tax. They're the biggest coal producer in America, about 400 million tons circa. So if you think about it, how is it possible that they could have more burden? Well, they don't if you look at it as a burden. They have no income tax. Their sales tax is lower. Their property tax is lower. The effective tax paid by Idahoans as a percentage of income is high regionally. That's a fact. Many people try to skewer the data by just talking about tax collections. They don't adjust it for burden, and they don't adjust it for income. And I've looked at this 6 different ways. I'm very convinced that this data is 100% accurate. Let's talk about tax competitiveness using the Tax Foundation's business tax climate data. Corporate, individual, sales, property, unemployment, insurance all go into that. Idaho is 20th nationally, not bad, but we lag regionally. Montana's 6, Wyoming's 1, Utah's 9, Nevada's 5th, Oregon is 10th, Washington is 17th. So we're in a very tax competitive neighborhood. So it does matter. You'll hear that the tax cut is too small to really impact those other than the wealthy. Well, please consider the following. Our top rate comes in at under $11,000, as Representative Moyle just pointed out. We shouldn't view this tax cut as bad policy, but rather a step in the right direction. Unless you believe that government has a moral claim to all revenues, are we for the people or enlarging revenues? State employees, school teachers, administrators, elected officials, judges, board members, all got raises this year and had their generous benefits protected. It's time for the taxpayer to get a raise. What about the grocery tax? Well, if the spending increase has been held to circa 7% versus the 9% that it appears to be, or rather 2 points under what the governor's number was, which was 5.9, the grocery tax would have been an easy add. But it could still be phased in. And if you had a lag, then you could pay for both. So this is the tax cut before you today, and we ask that you support it for those working who couldn't be here, like Semele. Thank you, and I'll stand for questions.